folks, it's been a quiet day today. This could be my last one, and if it is, it's only going to be my third. There might be one more, I'm not sure yet. Just couldn't find any news today. It was really, really horrific out there for me. The news being trivia, entertainment stuff, which is many of you watching this video won't be interested in anyway, but I am, because I like to have more output on the channel, but today it's been dry. So I just wanted to go over the biggest subject from the last 24 hours, that is that man Zoro. It created a bit of a stir, I expected it to. And also I've got something else to tell you to go through with you. There's a few things I want to do tomorrow that I want to cover, or over the next couple of days, from today's comment section. But one of them I'd rather do today than any other time. Obviously the chap it concerns will be expecting this, I would have thought. Because I thought long and hard I was going to leave it, and I thought, no, I'll mention it, I will mention it. Although I've told some of you before, folks, the way things work, but I'll explain to you more fully, all of you, just so you know where I'm at and where I'm coming from. But firstly, Zoro. I thought I'd get a few in the comment section having a little bit of a pop at me, but in a nice way, saying, look, we did tell you, give us everything, Grumpy. We did ask for everything. Because obviously there's a good few out there that he picked that you would have had if I'd give you everything. I mean, I have had one person in the comment section saying, look, this guy really knows what he's on about. I can tell by what you've said and from what I've followed and what I've seen. And if he wants to get hold of me, he can teach me anytime he wants to. And there has been another couple of complimentary things about Zoro. But there's been some on the negative side, and some sort of... What you get with these channels, folks, is if you follow a channel for any length of time, you get to like the presenter, you get to like the person that's behind it, even if it's a numpty like me. There'll be people out there that like me. God help you, really, but there will be some of you that do. And we tend to protect our own ones that we like. And for all I appreciate it, I've always said, no one needs to do that with me. No one needs to say good things about me. And I really mean that, because I don't take them well anyway, and I normally just back them back. I keep saying I'm self-deprecating because I know what that means, and I really, really, really am. But it's obviously still always nice when you're there or see something nice. But many were sort of feeling sorry for me that I'm getting emails off Zoro at all hours and this, that and the other and all times and whatever. And they're not all hours, but I don't, and that there's a volume of stuff there. Look, let me state again. And I bet he sent me emails today. If he has, I've not read a single one of them. I've not read anyone's emails today. So if you've sent me an email, I've not read it, but I will tonight from anybody. But let me just say this. I do not mind, as I say, if he sends us no more tips, loads more tips, or just a few. I'll leave that to him. The ball's in his court. I'm not going to follow up with him whatever he decides to do. I said that yesterday. I stand by that. Some have said, Grumps, why don't you do it this way and do it that way to help you? Where some have said, why don't he just doesn't post them himself in his comment section? And they go, well, I know he doesn't want to because he's a bit secretive and he wants to keep himself to himself, which I get. And he's had abuse of others in the past and he doesn't want that. And I get that. And I'm happy to take them in the email if they come from himself or anyone else. You can use my comment section, folks, if you tip horses if you want to, or you can email them to me and I'll do it that way, whichever suits you, folks, whoever you might be. So that sort of ruled that out. Some have said, why don't you get some kind of thing where there's like a league there or there's something there where all tipsters can put their own tips on? And again, I don't think that would work because you'd get people that wouldn't want to come to it to put the tips on. I mean, for all we've got a reasonably healthy client base, which we have not client but subscribers, and a fair few watch the videos, we're not even as big as some of the tipsters. We're not as big as Sandra Ravitch. We're not as big as Flatcap. We're not as big as Mickey and other of that ilk out there. And there's certain people, I know 2 out of all the ones that I follow, whether I like them or not, even if it's ones that I push, would definitely not have the time or the inclination to put their tips on my channel. They wouldn't want to do that. They wouldn't want to go through it and whatever. And I get that. I feel here we're just giving a service. I'm letting folk know where everybody's tipping and who's doing what. So the casual punter that might come across my site, because it's linked to others and so on and so forth, and because I tag other betting sites in, they might come across my site. And number one, because I always now put Peter Sandrovich's name on the bottom of everything, I'm hoping people that see his channel click his name and it comes to me and they'll see my videos and think, wait a minute, this Peter isn't all he tells us he is. He'll hear some of my videos and they'll think, whoa, we're not giving him our money. That's what I'm hoping for. But also, I want to promote those, as I say, that are doing well, that are tipping well, that aren't charging and have got an heart of gold and nothing but good intentions. So I'm happy to carry on doing what I do. Yeah, it takes me a lot of time and whatever else, but I'm happy to do it because I've got to the stage now, folks, where I've got a bee in my bonnet about those that are ripping others off or trying to. I don't like it, and I want, in my own small way, and with the help of yourselves, to try to put a stop to it. But But by the same token, those that are doing well and trying their best and want to help others and want to help put a few quid in people's pocket, I want to push them. Now, as I say, I don't think it'll work where tipsters send stuff to my site. Most won't want to do it. As I say, I can see 2 or 3 straight away who I promote that wouldn't want to do it. So that wouldn't work. I'm happy to carry on doing this. And that's for any tipster. And it doesn't matter how many selections they have. I don't mind. But just let me say this as a final thing towards Zorro. Some are saying he's not that good. Some are saying he's scattergun. Some are saying... There's loads saying lots of things. And you will find, Zorro, if you look in the comment section, almost everything. There's been the odd thing where I've agreed with the folk on, but probably 8 or 9 times out of 10, I'm in your camp saying, no, I think you're wrong. Let me just tell you this, folks. This will put an end, I think, or it should do, to what you think about old Zorro. Yesterday, or the day before for yesterday, I'm saying he gave me 34 horses. He actually gave, I think, 31 or 32. But 2 or 3 he mentioned that these might be worth looking at, but he didn't actually give them. Now, I'm leaving them as 34 because one of them was one of the ones that won, where he said if the ground changed to this or did this, it's worth betting this one, but he didn't tell us to bet it. And that was one of his bigger winners, 17-2. So I'm leaving it in because it helps his figures anyway, and he did mention it. I don't know ultimately whether he was right about that and the ground suited the horse. He might have been wrong about the ground in the end, but the horse still won, in which case he would have said don't do it. So I'm glad I've included it. But let me just say this, out of 34 horses, 19 were unplaced. Yeah, that's right, 19 unplaced. 6 placed. Now out of 34 horses, 6 places, you wouldn't think that's good. But let me give you the prices, 9-1, 5-1, 6-1, 12-1, 13-8, 12-1. Now, apart from the 13-8, they're all good prices. They're all over and above what Sandro says he does. But that's just the place. The win is what really shocked me. Wins, he gave 9 out of 34. That's only a little bit worse than 1 in 4. That, for me, is reasonably tremendous. Prices being 20-1, 8-1, 4-5, 6-4, 2-1, 4-1, 17-2, 9-2 and 11-4. That for me is fantastic. Now he doesn't do that every day, I don't suppose, but 9 win out of 34. That is pretty amazing, I think. Now somebody said he's on the same level as Sandro, and I messaged back. It's in one of the comments. Well, same level as Sandro. Well, let me tell you this. Sandro gives anything from 4 to about 7 tips a day. And his first 2 weeks back, he was giving anything from 4 to 7 a day for 2 weeks. So let's say he gave an average of 5 per day. Over a week is 35, over 2 weeks is 70. He gave 70 horses in 2 weeks. Sandro in 2 weeks kept pushing winning bets nearly every day, 50% winning, meaning a draw, meaning they got placed or they won. He actually had 3 winners in his first week. One was about 11-4, one was 100-30 or 9-2, and one was 11-1. We know about 11-1 because he still mentioned it now, called Titian. He still mentions it now, he draws it like a gun. 3 winners out of 70 horses. Your man there is at 9 winners out of 34. Need I say more? And as I say, even if he was giving 34 a day, if I was betting people's tips and I was looking at his tips, I'd just pick ones out of them that I fancy and perm someone up, some come in. Some days they won't, some days they will. I'm happy with that. But I think 9 wins and 6th place out of 34 is some going. And they're not all odds on or close to even money shots. There's some good prices there. That's that. This is the last bit I want to do because I've got my food on downstairs. I've just gotten from somewhere and I've got to go back out. This last bit is a message I got earlier today. Now, I've accused this chap before, Gaz, of being one of the trolls, and he's messaging me back a few times saying he's not. I don't believe he is. I believe he's one of the, I don't know, non-believers. Disruptors is the wrong thing. He's going too far. I think he's just somebody that's, what's the word? That doesn't believe fully in folk and think people have got an ulterior motive. And many times he's right. The same way many people don't believe in Flat Cap Callum or in Mickey. They think, well, why would they spend all that time and do all of that and put all them hours in if they were getting nothing from it? Well, sometimes people just do. But he messaged me earlier. Mandy stuck up for me and said, Mandy, thank you very much. But honestly, you didn't need to. But still thank you. As I say, I don't take help well. Gaz sent this message earlier on today on the back of the one we did yesterday on Zorro. You do this for the views to get your channel on the up for the dollar. Not out of your love for racing. Come on, Dave. So he's saying that I do it just to get views and to earn money. I don't really love racing and I'm not really bothered about the tipsters. Mandy replied to it. I won't read that, but there's no need to, because it was nice about me, but no need to. This was my first reply when I seen it. Gaz, for a guy that has... Now, I don't normally respond. I mean, I wasn't calling him. I'm not nasty. Again, I've not wiped his comment. Again, I won't ban him from the site. I don't do that. But I railed up a little bit, but in a nice way, a tongue-in-cheek way. I wasn't nasty, but this is what I said. Gaz, for a guy that hasn't got a clue, you haven't half got an opinion. Just give me 1 minute and I will prove how right you are. So then I went to look and seen my last couple of videos. I looked at the video. I'll read it to you what I put. Right. Look at the one I did with Colin Keane. Colin Keane's picture on the front. I did that 2 days ago. I was saying to guys, go and have a look at that one. Up to now, it's had 1,100 views. I made 77 pence out of that. The scores on the doors from Friday, I think, has had 600 views. I made 88 pence out of that. I think it was a longer video and people stay with it long. That's why I earn more. Yes, this channel has been set up for 2 reasons, and one is for financial reasons. In brackets, though not for now. It's more for 2 or 3 years' time when I retire, and hopefully it will give me an income. Close brackets. I am, capital letters, miles away, and then back to normal letters, from making money. I did this for nothing for 8 months. Since then, I earn an average of £30 to £40 per week, and I reckon I put in 40 to 50 hours per week. No, I did this for reason 2, and reason 2 is because I really enjoy it, and because I've met some wonderful people over YouTube. That means all you people. One that I note has already replied to you, I see. That was Mandy. And then in capitals again, and I think I am giving 1, a service, and 2, some entertainment to these folks. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I think I'm doing, folks. And as it turns out, I am also pretty principled, and I've got to the stage where I hate these tipsters that are ripping folk off. And now I'm like a dog with a bone. And I would be like that even if I didn't have so many folk on this crusade with me, because all of you folks are on the crusade with me. But even if you weren't, I think I'd carry on doing this. Somebody stated about 4 or 5 days ago, isn't it a pity that YouTube, and I believe he's right, don't monitor these crooks, find out how badly they're tipping and close the sites down. But they don't do that, and they're probably never going to do that. But until they do that, I'll just keep doing this. So ultimately I want to earn money off this. Yes, I do. Up to now I've not earned £20 off this, off people, off folk, in 15, 16 months of doing it. I've had 3 people give me some money on the buy me a coffee. I've never asked for it. I've earned less than 20 quid. I earn on average 30 to 40 quid a month. My best video, I earn 40 quid off. It was one watched by about 49,000. Most watched it till the end. It's a one-off. I'm not big enough to earn money, proper money like many do on here. But to be honest with you, these videos should be being watched by about 5,000 people, and 2,000 of them should be putting the thumbs up. And that way they grow to 10, 20, 30,000 people, like Cam Berry's doing in absolutely no time, because YouTube pushed them tremendously. And then we'd get rid of all these dodgy people on YouTube, because so many people would know about them. The only reason we've not got to them levels is all the people, and I'm not asking them to do this, it's up to themselves, they should know, they know what I'm doing. All the people that we do praise, that have got massive followings, don't tell folk of theirs to support this and put the thumbs up and watch the videos. Because if they did, we'd have absolutely loads watching them, loads of thumbs up. YouTube will push it to anybody that's looking at horse racing, and all those people will think, wait a minute, there's people on here robbing folk, and that's how it get big. But that hasn't happened yet, and maybe it never will. But if it does, it's up to the people that have got all these channels to do that. Until that time, I'll still keep doing what I'm doing. Am I doing it for money? Yes, ultimately. Am I earning now? No, not at all. Am I interested in what I'm doing? Do I believe in what I'm doing? Do I really dislike these people that are robbing folk? Yes, I do. Am I backers of these people that are giving tips for free and spending loads and loads of their own time for people for no monetary gain and putting their neck on the block every day of the week because it's an hard game? Yes, I am a backer of them 100%. Over and out. Oh, by the way, folks, I don't know if I mentioned it, I think I did. Watch Dave the Suit's video about Sandro. It's well worth watching. How do I knock this off? Wait a minute, I find it first, then I knock it off. Thanks, folks. Have a good night, one and all. And I wasn't having a pop at Gaz there, although I am, but I'm not. But maybe that just reiterates what I'm trying to tell folk, or what I'm trying to tell you earlier, Gaz.